Get this from me and quote me anywhere if you wish. One of the key ways, one of the primary ways by which God leads and guides you in life is through and using the desires in your heart, or the desires of your heart. But for God to effectively do that, one of the first things he does is that he moves to ensure that the desires of your heart are rightly aligned and synchronized with his desires for you. You know, a lot of people have quoted Proverbs or Psalms, chapter number 37 and verse 4, which says, "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart." Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. And many people have understood that verse to mean that whatsoever desire you have in your heart, whatsoever, irrespective, if you delight yourself in the Lord, he will grant you those desires, whereby those desires will be achieved. They will materialize. But that's not what this verse is actually saying. What is it saying? This verse is actually saying that when you delight yourself in the Lord, when the Lord becomes the delight of your heart and your life, one of the primary things that happens is that God begins to give you the desires of your heart. That is to say, he begins to transfer his desires for you from his heart into your own heart, so that his desires for you in his heart become your desires for yourself, because he understands that the primary way by which he leads and guides you in life is through the desires of your heart. And so he will always, first of all, move to ensure that there is a synchronization and an alignment. Now let's look at Moses, for example. Moses desired to deliver the children of Israel from Egypt. Obviously, that was also the desire of God's heart. However, Moses desired to deliver the children of Israel by the fist. He believed that somehow he could fight the oppressor, defeat the oppressor, and deliver the children of Israel. But that was not God's desire. And so God took Moses on a trip whereby he had to purge Moses from those desires of Moses' heart that did not align with his own. And he replaced them with his own, and Moses became a fit instrument to be used to deliver the children of Israel from Egypt. Look at Saul, who became Apostle Paul. He was passionate about prospering and promoting the gospel, but he thought that it was all about killing people and oppressing people to believe God. But when he had an encounter with God, the first thing God did was to remove that desire that did not align from his heart and replace it with his own desire. And when that occurred, Paul would rather lay down his life for the gospel than kill others for the gospel. God wants to change the desires of your heart so that you can become an instrument in his hands. Are you ready? God wants to change the desires of your heart so that He can walk through you to accomplish mind-blowing, unprecedented things in this generation with you, through you, and as you. Are you ready for that?